am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a hammer. You don't really to throw you out.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Tula Matonsi and today I am going to Unisa radio. Did I prepare? No. Am I scared? Yes. I'm actually late. I feel like I should have been here at least 30 minutes before, but I'm here now. If you're new to this channel, welcome honey. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Do not forget to like, share and enjoy the content. Please engage bana ba resho. So with that, let's go to the studio. Yeah, ngisafuna ukukhokha umoya kuqala. Ukukhokha umoya kuqala. Simo, how are you? I'm good. All right, thank you.
Okay, cool.
Can you move back?
Okay, sure. Oh, okay, no problem. I'll do
All camera?
Simon,
Okay, can you see how I look from that camera?
can you please give
You wanna
us
see how you
footage?
look? No, I'll take a photo.
Can you please take footage? We have the Reverend and the first guest. No, there's no way. Oh, your thing, ne?
First and foremost, I'm not okay.
What is happening?
No, I'm Matonsi, and I don't like how Twane residents call my surname. No, it's Matonsi.
What is my name?
It's Mamukit.
Okay.
Yes,
I
thank
thought you
you.
were gonna say Mamukid.
You see?
I know the Goonies call my name Mamukid. Okay, Matonsi.
Yes, Matonsi.
I really like your
Thank
surname.
you so much.
I love your surname.
I like it too.
It's a really cute one. How are you?
I'm good. I'm okay.
Good.
I'm doing okay. I'm good. Yeah.
That's nice. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So if you can just briefly tell us, a young woman, Noctula Matonsi from Nelspruit. The first time I met you, you were all fired up. They were asking you so many questions. She was doing her manifesto. What inspired you into the journey of student politics?
Oh, actually, that's a quite interesting question. And, to be honest, I think what inspired me to be in politics was the voice that I believe was not heard.
Okay.
So I wanted to be that voice and enforce that voice. And I believed also in the space that I was at the moment, it did not really create a platform for leadership, especially for women. It did not create a platform for women to express themselves in politics, especially in student politics. So I then felt the need that if then there's no voice, then it means then I need to be that voice, because sometimes when you see a gap, it means that you are the one who needs to be in that space.
What was the gap, if I may ask?
So mostly the gap was especially in the campus that we're in, it was run, or rather it was led mostly by male figures. It was led by male figures. And really, you know, most of the time when, not to be, prejudiced or anything, you know, most of the time when men are in position, they tend to speak for themselves. And they don't really speak for women at large. And also, even if they do speak for women, they don't speak from a perspective of understanding women. They speak from an illusion that they think they have about women. So I wanted to then be that voice that actually reflects the true intentions of women.
Okay. Speaking of which, what were the key issues, or what are the key issues that you are mostly passionate about, especially in the space of politics for women, and addressing them, whether it's on campus or outside?
I believe the key issues, maybe I would name one or two. The first one would be, I think inclusivity. I think for me, that's one thing that I'm actually passionate about, to say, we cannot speak about women outside of women. We cannot speak about the issues of women without women being involved in those things. So inclusivity was one of the key things that made me to be like, okay, I want to be part of in leadership. Because another thing, it's very difficult for you to be able to involve in leadership sometimes without politics. Politics can be a gateway into leadership. We can also see it with any numerous number of things that you need politics to actually drive you into leadership. So for me, leadership was a gate, honestly, to be able to then speak for inclusivity, and also speak about the injustices that not only female students face, but also male students face, and the community of students at large. When you look at the deficits that are there, especially when it comes to service delivery within the institution, for me, it made me to be in that space that I want to speak for justice. I want to speak for inclusivity. I want to ensure through my voice that no student is left behind.
You spoke of a gap that you saw of women's voices not being loud or heard, and you came into the space, right? Because that kind of creates change. It's a system, things are done this way, and when you come in and disrupt the change or the system, it's something that will definitely sit uncomfortable with other people. And we cannot shy away from this question, but the challenges that you faced as a young woman in politics spaces, often dominated by men, how did you handle that?
Well, that's actually an everyday challenge, right? That's an everyday challenge, because also when you look at how the NSRC is composed, the key positions are the president, the secretary general, and the treasurer general. But when you now look at it holistically, you can see politics being played at hand, right? Whereby as a woman, you really are not afforded an opportunity to be in certain spaces because there's a particular mandate that politicians or political ideas need to flow. So with you as a woman being there, you are not trusted enough to be able to be a voice of reason. So then you find yourself in a space where you are sidelined. You find yourself in a space where you are quieted. You find yourself in a space where you're not mostly invited in rooms because you're not trusted enough that you're going to be able to to execute the particular political mandate that's there, because mainly because you are just a woman. So it's a man's world. We need to discuss manly things, you know. And also I think there's a notion that women are not to be trusted, women are not trustworthy. So I believe also that's another point where that makes other people, or rather the other gender, not to really trust, you know, their partners in politics, to say, but you know, women always run their mouth, you know, we'll discuss things here and then they're gonna go say it somewhere else. So I think the challenge that I have faced is that in as much as the reason why I wanted to be involved and I wanted inclusivity, however, on a daily basis, I am experiencing being excluded, you know, in political discussions. I'm excluded in, you know, in certain tables, you're not invited there. And you ask yourself, oh, okay, is it because I'm a woman, you know? But those are the challenges, and how I've navigated them is I've honestly voiced out my dissatisfactions. You know, I've reached out to say I'm not okay with this particular thing. I'm not okay with how things are being done, you know. And in as much as you are in a structure, you believe that all voices are equal. And the reason why you are in a certain space is to represent a particular set of community. You are not only there to represent yourself. So I think that's really how actually I've managed to deal with it. It's speaking about it, speaking up about it, and not be afraid to tell people that I'm not okay with this, you know, and I'm not okay that you are excluding maybe women, or you are excluding me from XYZ. So basically, I think the good thing about myself is that I can speak for myself. You know, I can advocate for myself, and I believe I can also do that for other people.
That is very important, because that was going to be my next question as to how do you overcome such spaces? And you know, how you described it, it looks like we are forming this thing so that there's sort of a gender equality, but when coming to having to move the mandate and come together and put heads together for a shared vision, when you come in, there's still a patriarchal system that takes place in it, and then you still have to fight to be seen, to be heard. And speaking of such, yesterday I was joined by Nosipo Armstrong. She is an entrepreneur in construction. So the same challenges that you are facing, she too faces them. And she was like, the reality of it is that you still have to work twice as hard, whether you like it or not, whether we want to challenge the system or not, but it still remains as such. You know, how do you stay motivated and grounded despite the challenges that, you know, you come across?
I think what makes me grounded and motivated mainly is because of the knowing why you are in that particular space, the knowing why you were voted into a particular space, and knowing that you're not representing yourself. I'm going to repeat that. Knowing that you're not representing yourself, but you're representing a number of students. So that's what keeps me grounded, knowing that, you know, when you are excluded in certain things, you still gonna push through the barriers and ensure that with the little voice that, you know, I have, I'm gonna shout with it. So that's basically how I survive or stay grounded in this space.
How do you think student politics for you specifically can influence, you know, national conversation on youth empowerment and transformation? Because right now, youth is really participating and is very active when coming to space of politics. And I believe that it's because of the transparency that has happened, you know, with Mkhwanazi and so forth. So people really do want to get involved so that they can really shape this country to be what we, you know, as the youth and young people want it to be like. So in terms of transformation and youth empowerment, how do you think politics can influence it in that level?
For me, politics is everyday life. And the moment we as young people, we start to look at politics like that, we are going to be able to go to the voters to vote. We are going to be able to register to vote. We're going to be able to have a voice, you know, when it comes to voting for a particular party that you think represents your views. Because as I'm saying that, for me, politics is an everyday life, in a sense that you cannot do anything in this country outside of politics. You are going to open your tap water in the morning. That's politics for me. That's my understanding of politics, because there's a mayor that is, you know, assigned for that, delegated for that. There is MMC for that. You go to the hospital, it's politics. You go to the court, you know, even though it's said to be somehow, but the way things are now, you can see that politics also has influence also in the judiciary. However, you go to the schools, that's politics. There is nothing that is not political. So the moment we shift our ideas into thinking that there's something somewhere that's gonna come and change the dynamics of our society without us being the ones who have to drive it, we really are waiting on something that's not going to happen, because we need to be in a space and position to work with the systems that are already there, because we know that South Africa is a political country and political systems, and for us to be able to drive change and be of influential as young people, we need to know, and we also need to have a voters information. I think also another thing is that we're kind of illiterate when it comes to voting rights, voting, what actually means to vote, because you'd find a young person that says, I'm not gonna vote because I don't know what I'm gonna vote for, who I'm gonna vote for. And you then think, okay, tomorrow if something goes wrong, you are going to blame a particular political party. You are going to blame a particular person to say, this injustices, what are they doing? But what are you doing with the right that you have at your disposal to cast a vote and make a change and make a difference? Because honestly, I think, you know, I would also say this, it's a thing on TikTok that people say, we're not really angry enough. You know, we're not angry enough, because the moment as young people we can be angry enough, not angry to be violent, not angry to do a crime or do arson or burn things. We're not angry for change. We're not angry to see a difference in our government and the entire political system in our country. Yeah.
You came from Nelspruit.
Yes.
And then you relocated to Pretoria. Obviously there's a shift, you know, that happened or that took place in your life, and then you had this responsibility of being a Treasury General for the NSRC. Then you also have this one, which is studying. You graduated, congratulations. That on its own shows that, you know, you are really a force to be reckoned with because of what was introduced into your life 2-3 years ago, but you managed to stabilize it. For the ones that, you know, are still trying to come up into the political space as young women, but still, you know, can't really find their feet to juggle both. How did you do it, and what advice would you give to them that are, you know, trying to test the waters out or in the waters, but they don't know how to find balance?
Oh man, it's really a difficult question, because sometimes you look at your own life and you're amazed as to how did I get to the other side, right? However, I think one of the most prominent thing in my life is that I'm one person who's resilient. I have so much tenacity. There is one thing about me that I refuse to be downcast. I refuse to stay down, and I refuse to let challenges define me. So I think the reason why I was able to then balance things is because I knew also what is it that I wanted. So to see that, it took me a while to finish my LLB, and that's a story for another day. Right. I finished anyway, right? I finished anyways. And it took me a very long while. However, one thing that I'm taking from it, or what I took from it, and also the transition from Nelspruit. Nelspruit is it's a beautiful town. I love Nelspruit so much. It's a beautiful town. It's a very clean town compared to Pretoria.
Okay.
If I would say, compared to Pretoria CBD, if I can say.
That is a topic for
that's a topic for another day. However, the transition, it taught me that I'm quite adaptable. I have adaptability in my system, and I've really seen how elastic I can be. I can take any form and shape, and whatever that life can throw at me, I'm able to then, adapt to that. I'm able to adapt to change at any given moment. And, and if tomorrow there will be something, I'll be able to adjust to that quickly because I've learned to adapt to things as quickly as possible. So I would say to someone that have adaptability, be able to know and learn that I'm no longer there. And when you're no longer there, you're no longer there. You need to be in a space in your mind also to now shift into that which is required at the moment. So that's how I was able rather to then transition and balance all these things that I have acquired so far.
Nice one. What's next for Nokuthula Matonsi?
Okay, greater things, bigger things. Okay, but honestly, what's next is for me to complete my LLM. So I'm currently doing my masters. So it's just to complete my masters and and maybe soon get myself articles. I don't know, maybe if Unisa Law Clinic is listening, maybe they can just hit me up.
Please,
Yeah, just get candidate attorney internships and then just move like that. Yeah.
And you're also vlogging. She's a vlogger. By the way, I'm going to be appearing on a vlog, I think.
You're probably going to appear somewhere in my YouTube vlog. So
yes. So where can people subscribe? Where can people find you?
People can find me on YouTube. I go by the name Thula Matonsi. I just shortened my name because I thought like Nokuthula is giving old girl, old woman. So
It is giving old woman.
Is it?
Don't
So
you think?
okay, the mamu, but the kitty is still youngish, right? But so yeah, I go by the name Thula Matonsi. You can, find me on YouTube.
Nice
so
one.
yeah.
Tina, thank you so much for joining us on Unisa Radio. I've been trying to get a hold of her. I've been trying to get her here, but she's finally here, and we are happy about that. Other things will just throw out the window.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
You really, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mam Kite, for having me, and I really appreciate this opportunity, and looking forward to many more. So
of course, 100%. We are going to have her back again just before her end of term, because I know that we're starting with the next batch of Unisa SRC elections. So we are definitely going to have you to just reflect, of your days in the office. So yes, definitely. So you're still listening to the Roundtable Debate Show with me, Mam Gidama. So for the last 30 minutes remaining on the show, we are going to be joined online by Mr. Siwengiseni from the e-hailing and meter taxi, just to understand the operations and how the e-hailing system and also Santaco are going to coexist, because it has been a long-standing tension between the two organizations. So make sure that you stay logged on. Unisa Radio, the African voice, it is all about you. This is the Roundtable Debate with me, Mama. The discussions. Thank you so much. Pictures.
There is Mamu Kitty.
Hi
guys. Please tell them to subscribe to my channel.
Please subscribe to Tula's channel, guys. It has can we start? We can't start. Subscribe, like, comment,
share. Tell your gogo, tell your everybody. Thank you so much, guys.
Did you see what's great?
Hey, it's me, the masters. I'm not the masters.
So I'm going in. After when I do the live.
And then you do the live read. Yeah, cool.
You want pictures?
The next National Director of Public Prosecutions, saying it lacked the necessary legal expertise. Judgment in case against Mashatile's former bodyguards postponed to November. The South African National Taxi Council, Santago, welcomes e-hailing services as official transport partners after major policy shift. I will be back with a full news bulletin at the top of the hour.
Thank you so much, Gwen. And here
career path. And at times you find yourself along the way when you started something and you realize, man, this is not for me. So we're going to help you make the right career choice. So that's what we're talking about today, making the right career choice. And that's coming up. And so also reinventing yourself. It's always necessary and good to reinvent oneself. You know, you can't remain the same throughout your life. Have you ever reinvented yourself?
A lot of times.
Are you a person who loves a lot of times?
I do, because I feel like you're not one person.
Yes.
You know, you have a lot of you inside.
Yes.
Yeah.
As human beings, we're layered
of
and,
course.
you know, we're
Of
complex,
course.
and so it's always good to reinvent yourself. Also with age, you know?
Absolutely.
You can't stay the
yes.
same in your 20s,
Of
your
course, in
30s.
your 30s.
You are a teenager, but you
You
are
are
in
now,
your 50s
yay,
now. You
guys,
see?
you see now
So
that no,
always the
please,
necessary thing.
no.
And also a young author is going to join us in studio to talk to us about changing the narrative and also owning our story. So that's what's happening on the show. And also a very important topic that we're going to be discussing is secondary smoking and its effects, particularly cannabis smoking.
Oh, okay. That is interesting. And we never really, and I think, did they say that it has more effect or something? As a secondary smoker, I take more.
It does affect you, but if you want to learn more about it, please
Listen to the
stay
lunchtime
tuned.
affair. Yes, please do the right thing. And I'm also going to do the same thing. I'm going to listen to the lunchtime affair. Thank you so much, Janelle. Thank you so much for that. So it's time to pay.
Hey Batu, I am done with the interview. I'm done with the interview, and I said what I said. I said what I said. I said what I said. I said I don't feel remorse. I don't feel remorse. I'm not even ashamed of it. I said what I said, but it was actually a good interview. I enjoyed it. And it makes me think, why was I scared all this time to go to the radio? Because I was so afraid. I was scared for my life. I was so afraid. I was so scared for my life. But it was so cute. So basically, this will be my Vlogtober. I've already greeted you. Please do subscribe. And I'm gonna see you on the next vlog. So I'm going to Cape Town soon, so that's something that I'm looking forward to and I'm excited about. Right now I really wanted someone to just and then what happened? I really wanted someone to like take me a picture, but I'm not seeing anyone outside here because this building agnabantu most of the time. But either way, anywho, I am going to Uber now and then go back to my flat. And if you are seeing this, please drop a pink heart. Nina anbukeli kunifika egcineni. Anbukeli nifika egcineni. And angifuni phokuthethisana nami. Anbukeli nifika egcineni. Ngicela ukuthi drop a pink heart. Ngiyacela and like this vlog. Because when you like, you know, it gives me courage. It makes me courageous that you are watching. You understand? Oh, my hand. And someone just, in fact, I forgot my tripod in Amla's car. In a rented car. And then it's with Amla now. And I'm going through it. But anyway, I look good. This hair was done by Kay. It's braided by Kay on Instagram, and it's really good. I'm probably gonna do a proper review when I am settled. But anyway, anywho, I'm gonna see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. Thank you so much for supporting my YouTube channel. Hey, road to 500. Please guys, help me get to 500 subscribers. Can't you? Why really difficult? So why are you all difficult? Please get me to 500 subscribers by the end of this month. Some bliff. But anyway, anywho, let me Uber and then get back to my place. See you on the next vlog. Bye, honeys.